Hi Mackay and welcome to another episode. Thank you for joining me today. This episode is all about the new bell at St. Patrick's Church. I got to go behind the scenes with Father Don White to learn all about the history of the 3 St. Patrick's bell, and I took you all along with me, and I'm going to roll that footage for you now. First of all, a little bit of history about the bells of Mackay's St. Patrick's Church. Since the 1870s, there have been a series of 3 bells that have graced the bell towers of Mackay's St. Patrick's churches. Not a lot is known about the first St. Patrick's bell, but it was most likely cast at the Robinson's Foundry, which was a Mackay company located on the southeast corner of Victoria Street and Nelson Street, Mackay. Fun fact, the Robinson Foundry had its first production run in February 1875. This is the second St. Patrick's bell, and it was installed at the second St. Patrick's Church in October 1881, and it was also cast at the Robinson's Foundry. It is made of mixed alloys and served for over 70 years until it cracked due to its long years of service. This is the third and newest St. Patrick's bell, and this is Catholic priest Father Don White, and he was the driving force behind getting the bell and carillon system installed.
Hello, bell.
The new bell is a replica of the second St. Patrick's bell. The bell and digital carillon was commissioned by Mackay's Catholic parish in late 2017. Following a successful appeal for donations to cover the cost of the project.
The bell's been funded totally by local donations. It hasn't come from any parish funds. It's been a fundraise. We've had an appeal perhaps over the last 9 months, I think. We started it 9 months ago.
The new bell was cast on Wednesday the 18th of April 2018. It was cast in Mondovì, Italy, at the Ecat Campagne Foundry, and it arrived in Australia by sea freight in early May 2018. It is made of solid bronze and weighs about 200 kgs.
It'll be electronically operated, so a computer system will run the whole bell system. There'll actually be a hammer on one side of the bell, and it will strike the bell. So the bell it's not going to have a tongue inside. You'll have a hammer on the outside and it'll ring. A number of parishioners, some of you've seen here this morning, hopefully will also learn with me how to use the carillon system.
So who's teaching you? Is it person?
We have a company called Tower Clock Australia, and they have been responsible for overseeing the construction of the bell in Italy, and also they will install it, and they will also install the carillon as well.
And teach you how to use it?
Oh yes. They're here for a number of days next week, so hopefully we'll all have classes by which we can learn how to use the carillon.
On Sunday, the 27th of May in 2018, the bell was blessed by Bishop Michael McCarthy at the start of the 7 a.m. Mass.
Bless this bell into your service and the service of your people.
The bell and digital carillon system was installed inside the church's bell tower on Monday, the 28th of June, 2018. The bell and carillon rang out for tests over the duration of that same week, but was officially christened on Sunday, the 3rd of June, after being blessed by Bishop Michael McCarthy.
May God our Creator, who created beauty in the sound, bless our carillon. May it sound our hymns and melodies each day and on special occasion, reminding us that God is ever faithful to us, invites us into communion through Jesus, God's Son and the Holy Spirit. May these bells ring out God's blessings upon our community of faith and our city for generations to come. We make our prayer through Christ our Lord. Amen.
That same night, after the 6 p.m. Mass, a concert featuring the bell and digital carillon was held for the Mackay City Heart and for the parishioners who came together in faith and camaraderie to fund the bell and carillon. As I sat listening to the crisp, pure sound of the bell and carillon system pealing out over the city, I felt a calmness. Life throws us curveballs, and that week had been horrible for me. But listening to the purity and clearness of the sound gave me pause, and life was nice for a little bit. So why did St. Patrick's Church install a new bell and digital carillon after years of not having one? Well, I interviewed a few people to answer this question.
Bells are a tradition in church, you realise that. One of the things is calling people to prayer. And the traditional thing was the 6-12-6, which became the Angelus. 6 a.m, 12 noon and 6 p.m. the bells used to always ring the churches, and not only in the Catholic churches, in churches generally.
A church of this size, and given its proximity to the city heart, there's a lot of the population of Mackay drive past this church every day, and there was a group of us who felt it was a great idea to have a bell that would sound out into the city heart, projecting the presence of the church here, St. Patrick's, but also the faith of the people who gather here. So bells in the Christian tradition have a kind of a couple of twofold purpose. One, they're used to mark out certain liturgical hours, particularly in monasteries, but also, so this bell will ring out 3 times a day to herald the praying of the Angelus. But also the second purpose is to call the people together, whether it's a Sunday Eucharist or whether it's for a happy occasion like a wedding, maybe a sad occasion like a funeral. The bell can sound out to invite people, or even to summon people to come together to show their unity in Christ in the celebration of the Church's liturgy. Simply because of the sense of God's presence that it can project into the community. And we're not wanting to impose that presence, but we just want to say, look, the Lord is present to us each and every day of our lives, and we celebrate that in so many different ways. And a bell is another symbol of that, and when it rings out, it has it's got a charm about it, but hopefully it's got a real spiritual message behind it as well.
The bell and carillon will not just benefit the Catholic community. The digital carillon simulates a real 32-bell, beautiful sounding instrument and can play over 1,000 songs to accommodate, of course, Christian holidays, such as Christmas, but also weddings, New Year's, and to remember and respect our fallen heroes during Anzac Day and Remembrance Day, as it can also play the last post.
It's really fantastic to see that the bell has finally arrived in Mackay. We have been talking about this project for quite a number of months now, and it's just wonderful that Father Don had the foresight and the drive to make sure that we do get the bell back here at St. Patrick's. It's not just going to be great for the Catholic community, it's also something for the whole of the Mackay community. It will become something that we'll all talk about as being part of Mackay, and when visitors come to Mackay, because it's right here in the city heart, all of our visitors will hear the bell, and it'll be something that will start to be known for. It's always great to have something special in a town, and right up here at the top of River Street, where it is the heart of our city, this is going to be fantastic. It's going to be something that will belong to everybody in our community, and I'm sure that there'll be a lot of brides lining up to have their wedding here because of the fantastic bell ringing that they'll be able to have, all that bell pealing at the end of their ceremony. It'll be quite fantastic.
How do you feel about the bell being in Mackay and a new bell being installed?
I think it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah? Why?
Well, we haven't had a bell here for so long, and there has been a history of bells here. And without having one for so long, it's marvellous to see the presence of the Catholic Church within the community as well, because it will ring out these wonderful sounds over Mackay.
So one of the beautiful things that it will do is that it will ring out an introduction to the Angelus, like an Ave Maria, and then the Angelus will be struck, inviting people to pray the Angelus wherever they are. The other thing is we have a novena here to Our Lady of Perpetual Help. The shrine is just over there, on a Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock. So at about 10 to 7, you'll hear in the City Heart the hymn to Our Lady of Perpetual Help chime out on the carillon for about 5 minutes, inviting people to come and pray with us and put our concerns very much in the cares of our Blessed Mother. So that'll happen every Tuesday night. So there will be various times that the public, if they want to hear a genuine digital carillon, and it'll be high up in the tower of the church, so it'll be that lovely emanating sound across the city. People will be able to just come. They're welcome to come and gather around the church to listen. Even if they don't want to come inside, they'd be welcome to come inside, of course. But hopefully, I don't want it to be necessarily a tourist attraction, but hopefully people who visit the city might see it as something that they can come and visit our City Heart as well.
Throughout history, bells and carillons have always held a great tradition and significance to their community. They have been used to announce significant events such as weddings, funerals, and the ends of wartime. They have summoned people together to worship, reflect, respect, and celebrate. This new addition to Mackay will not only serve the Catholic Church and its parishioners, it will also add a charm to the town, a talking point for many years to come. Have you heard the new bell and digital carillon system during your travels around Mackay's City Heart? If you have, leave me a comment down below where you were when you heard it and what time of day it was when you heard it. Welcome back. Thank you for coming back, and a big thank you to Father Don for taking me behind the scenes and teaching me all about the history behind the 3 bells of Mackay's St. Patrick's Church. I think this new bell is a wonderful addition to the town. It looks pretty, it sounds pretty, and I hope it's around for a very long time. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Until next time, bye Mackay!